ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वाम् अनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। My namaskars to everyone who is listening this talk on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We are deliberating verses from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 18. And in the last class we had seen until verse number 16th. This chapter is called as Moksha Sannyasa Yoga. The yoga of liberation through sannyasa. So what is renunciation? Liberation through renunciation. Moksha. So we individuals are bound by our own desires. And as variously explained here while discussing the concept of tyaga and sannyasa. So giving that up, thus through tyaga and sannyasa, one is going to be get liberated. So in the last class, in the verse number 14th, Bhagavan had described 4 factors which are responsible to give any action its results, to take any action to its results. So karta is one of them, and whatever kind of work, good, bad, nyayam va viparitam va, panchayate tasya hetavah, panchayate panchayate tasya hetavah. Hetu in plural it becomes hetavah. Any kind of work, sharira, vang, mano, bhi, yat, karma, prarabhate. Prarabhate, that is whatsoever we initiate. Initiates means initiates and then perform. It includes everything. So these are the five hetavaha, that is, which are the 3 factors being its causes. Those 5 factors being adhishthanam tatha karta karanam cha pruthak vidham vividhascha pruthak cheshta, daivam chaivatra panchamam. Adhishtanam, Shankaracharya take this word as the body, because this is the body. Why so? Because karta he particularly refers to as the jiva. Karanam, that is indriya. So, indriya, etc. So, whole of the gamut of this karma and karma phala he is institutionalizing in the body itself, in the cell itself, in this microcosm. But if we extrapolate this idea, and definitely it can mean both microcosm, this body, this self, and as well as this world. So in that, wheresoever this action is being occurring, that would be called as adhisthana. And karta, the individual, karanam, the instruments. As far as the body is concerned, then indriya and mana, etc., they will become the karana. But in outward world, all kinds of resources, they can become your instrument of actions. Karanam cha pruthak vidam, of different ways, these instruments. Vividhascha pruthak cheshta. So also various kinds of efforts. So efforts, instruments, the doer, and where the action is, the locus of the action, adhishthanam, and the fifth factor is called as daivam. That is the divine providence, or some call it prarabdha, purva karma, etc., etc. So daivam, that is unseen one factor of vyakta. That is a powerful factor. All factors are powerful in deciding what would be the fate of the action, what would be the fruit of the action, what this action will result into. So you and your efforts, they are the only part, they are not the full gamut of the factors which will decide the result of your action. So me, the doer, my efforts, my instruments, my locus, and this daivam, which is the unseen part. So that all is, they are the five factors. Tatra evam sati kartaram, this is the 16th verse, until this verse we had seen. Tatra evam sati kartaram, tatra evam sati kartaram atmanam kevalam tu yah pashyati akruta buddhitvat nasa pashyati durmatihi. So, pashyati akruta buddhitvat. Akruta buddhi. Akruta buddhi is immature intellect, or here they say impure intellect. Akruta buddhi. The kruta, by karma, by action, by doing rightful action, one becomes pure. So that is called as akruta, which is impure. Who has not done its due, that buddhi is akruta buddhi, and that person is called as durmati. And what does he do? What is the pashyati? What does he see? He sees that he sees atmanam. He sees atman is the karta. Atman alone is the karta. Atmanam kevalam tu yah kartaram pashyati. That person is one who see, thus sapashyati durmatihi. Such being the case, he who through the non-purified understanding looks upon his self, the absolute, as the agent, he is of perverted mind and he does not see correctly, he does not see well. And so if this is the wrong perception, if this is the wrong thinking, that Atman, that pure consciousness, absolute, how can it be the agent of any action, hetu of any action? It is not responsible for any action. It ever remains unattached. In the 3rd chapter, the 14th verse, That is very beautiful. And one second. Third chapter, 14th verse. Fifth chapter, yes, fifth chapter, 14th verse. This verse is particularly, I am very fond of this, I like this verse. Means such kind of boldest truth are ever spoken by anyone and in any scripture. And here the God himself, he says, what does he say? He says, na kartrutvam na karmani, na kartrutvam na karmani, lokasya srujati prabhu, na karma phala sanyogam, swabhavastu pravartate. That not the doership, na kartrutvam, na karmani, not even the actions. Lokasya of people, srujati prabhu, the Prabhu, Ishvara, one who is omnipresent. He does not create anybody's action or doership. Not also karma phala sanyogam, the sanyoga or the union of karma phala along with that karma and or with that karta, even he does not do that. Because colloquially we had been always speaking that Ishwar is the one who grants the fruits of your action, etc. And see, this is the boldest of the language. No karma phala sanyogam. And then how does this everything happen? In one word, Bhagavan says, Swabhavastu pravartate. Swabhava, Prakriti, that is what is being acting. Pravartate, that is what is being happening. That is the truth. So here also, Bhagavan says, if somebody sees the Atman, that consciousness, alone as the doer, then he does not see. He does not see it well, and that person is durmati. He does not have the right, he has dushta matihi. He has the wicked mind. That person is selfish. That person has the wicked mind. His mind is not pure. So, how does the pure mind see? It is being said in the next verse. That is verse number 17th. He said, Yasya naham kruto bhavo, buddhir yasya na lipyate. So, the person who has absolute naham kruta bhava, that I am not the doer. I am not the doer. That I am not doing naham kruta bhava, that is the mind of that individual, heart of that individual, and buddhir yasya buddhi na lipyate, and his intellect, his buddhi is not getting attached, smeared by this action, their fruits or their hetu. In that verse in Karma Yoga, 3rd chapter, verse number 3rd chapter, that is verse number 24. That is karmanye vadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbhu mate sangostva karmani. That is the verse. What is that verse number? One second. Second chapter, 47 number verse. So how many things are prohibited? Karmanyeva adhikaraste. Karmani eva adhikaraste. You have right to only action, karmani eva. And then there are three negations. Three negations. What are three negations? Karmanyeva adhikaraste. Ma phaleshu kadachana. So you do not have, what is negated? Phala. Phala is negated. You do not have, what is negated? Your adhikara. Your right is denied. To what? Phala, fruits. Then ma karma phala hetur bhu. So you cannot also to the fruit, the hetu to the fruits of action, the desire to the fruits of action. Ma karma phala hetur bhu, or the purpose, or the objective for the karma phala. Ma karma phala hetur bhu. Mate sanga astu akarmani. And not also to inaction. In all these are the three negations. You must observe what? Karma. And you are denied of these three things. Karma phala hetu, and mate sanga astu akarmani. Akarmani sanga. That meaning that you cannot desist from the doing action itself. You must be doing action. You cannot sit akarmani. You cannot get obsessed, attached, or indulging into inaction. You cannot do inaction. You cannot indulge into inaction. So, here the person, one who does not think himself as the doer, yasya naham kruto bhava. That is his mind, bhava. Buddhir yasya na lipyate. It doesn't get attached to these three other things which are denied. Inaction, karma phala hetu, the purpose of the fruits of action, and the fruits of action. Three things are denied. You do not get attached to it. And if this is the person, then hatva api sa iman lokan. Iman, this lokan, iman means saying all these people who are present at the battlefield of Kurukshetra in front of Arjuna and Krishna. So even if you kill all these people, iman lokan, na hanti na nibadhyate. He is not killing anyone. If he does not take that doership, yasya naham kruto bhava, and who is not after the fruits of action, only he understands what his duty is, not also he is trying to become a karma phala hetu, ma karma phala hetur bhu, and like Arjuna was trying to do, indulging into inaction, that he must not indulge into inaction, he must do the duty. So whatever would be the fruits of action, that was what Arjuna's order was, this whole argument was. If we do this, then this will happen, etc., etc., etc. So many kinds of consequences, and these consequences he was, attached and obsessed with one way or other, that this must happen. For this kind of purpose, these fruits of action, if I do this action and these kinds of results, they are one way or other, liked or disliked. Ma karma phala hetur bhu. Karma phalasya hetu. So, hetur bhu, that don't become that meaning that when you become that, when you are asking, you are only thinking from your point of view only. This what happened, that this would not be preferable for me, this would not be conducive or comfortable for me, etc., etc., you will see. So these kinds of results are not acceptable for me, and therefore I will, so whether even if it is my duty and what it will give rise to, and if it is to your likes or dislike, you become one way obsessed or hate that work to do, this is not the thing. That's why in 18th chapter 10th verse already says, न द्वेष्टि कुशलम कर्म न कुशले नानुषज्यते त्यागी सत्व समाविष्टो मेधावी चिन्ह संशय. What is the akushalam karma? You do not no dveshti. Kushale no anushajyate. You do not get obsessed with which is to your mind, to your heart. This is the true tyagi. His mind is truly sattva samavishta. This person is truly medhavi, and this person is free of all doubts. Chinna sanshaya. So this is the person, if he engages in these kinds of one of the most terrible kinds of act, where people are getting killed, hatvapi, no hanti, he would not be killing. Neither and nor he nivadhyate, he would not get ensnared, caught into that net of nivadhyate, of this karma and karma phala. He would not get trapped there. No nivadhyate. He would not get bound by these fetters of karma and karma phala. He would remain as he would become free. How? Yasya naham kruta bhava buddhir yasya na lipyate. If he would have understand what Bhagavan had said until now, as in Gita, then he would be able to act. He will have the correct perception, correct vision. And he will not take it to his soul. He will not blame it, because it ever remains unattached to this. Then saying this, Bhagavan says, he says now two things here. Jnanam jnayam parijñata trividha karma chodana. Karanam karma karteti trividha karma sangraha. So he says, now this karma chodana, this word, this is a one technical term in Purva Mimamsak Darshana. So they say 5 or 6 factors are there before what happens when an individual does a karma. Here, chodana, this word, is more or less, its meaning is like prerana. Prerana. Then there is kruti, which is like a will or volition. And so what is being said? So these are the motivations. Karma chodana is motivation for the karma. For what are these things? Very wonderful. He says, Jnanam Jnayam Parijñata. These are the 3 motivations for the karma. And then he says, Karanam Karma Karteti. Karanam Karma Karta iti Trividha Karma Sangraha. So karma happens by these 3. Why? By what? Karanam, the instruments. Karma, by the action itself. And Karta, that is the doer. By this karma sangraha happens. That action, then action happens. So, and so it would be ripe for the fruits of action. When karma happens, karta is there, karanam are there, instruments are there. Then by this way, karma sangraha happens. Karma happens. And once karma happens, its fruit is bound and attached to that karma and karta. So these 3 things, now he makes this statement to say something, and out of these 3 and 3, 6 factors, he picks up 3. Which he says in the next verse, Jnanam karma cha karta cha tridhaiva guna bhedata tridha eva. They are 3 by 3 kinds only. Guna bhedataha. On the basis of difference of their gunas, of their qualities. These 3 things, Jnanam, that is knowledge, Karma, that is action, and Karta, that is the doer. Prochate guna sankhyaane. Prochate, they are declared, they are taught guna sankhyaane. So, guna sankhyaane, that is the Sankhya knowledge where this deliberation about gunas is found, guna sankhyaane. Yathavat, as it is being taught there. In same way, shrunu tan tani api. Listen to them, because that will clarify your understanding. And now Bhagavan is going to describe these three things, jnana, karma and karta, on the basis of their differences of gunas. So first comes the jnana. What does Bhagavan says? Sarva bhuteshu enaikam bhavam avyayam ikshate avibhaktam vibhakteshu tadjnanam vidhi satvikam. So what is being said here? Sarva bhuteshu, in all beings. Ena. Ena means by that jnanena, by that knowledge. By knowledge, when one sees, because ikshate is there. Ikshate means sees. By the means of the knowledge, when one sees bhavam avyayam, that indestructible avyayam, bhavam is substance, vastu, bhavam. In all beings, how does he see? Avibhaktam vibhakteshu, as though that everything is well distributed, well divided, well differentiated. In that you see something undifferentiated, undivided. Avibhaktam avyayam, indestructible and undivided. When you see that in all differentiated, all beings, sarva bhuteshu, and that knowledge, no vidhi satvikam, that knowledge is satvikam. This is the true knowledge, this is the higher knowledge. It will lead any individual to grow into spirituality. He will grow from there. Growth will occur. This is the path to greatness. This is the path to liberation. This is the path to emancipation. This knowledge will lead to moksha. And which are the other knowledge which will, keep you stagnant? That is the rajasic knowledge, and then tamasic knowledge which will make you degrade. So, rajasic knowledge, he says, pruthaktvena tu yajnanam nana bhavan pruthak vidhan. So, pruthaktvena yajnanam, by knowledge, by such knowledge, what? Pruthakttvena, by differences, as different from one another. Nana bhavan, you see different substances, different entities, variously, pruthak vidhan. And vetti sarveshu bhuteshu, in all beings you see differentiated, divided, separated, one from another. And such knowledge would be known as rajasika knowledge. This is due to rajasika knowledge. This will not let an individual progress, he will remain stagnant. This is the realistic knowledge, what we see. Here, you see, in the first case, sattvika knowledge is based on a superior, higher reality. Coming to that vision, that person is nearer to the higher truth, oriented towards the higher truth. Now, the third knowledge, the tamasika knowledge, what Bhagavan says, Yattu Krishna vade kasmin karye saktama haitukam atatvartham atatvartha vadalpam cha atatvartha vat alpam cha tat tamasam udavrutam. So, yat, but, tu means but, yat here, yat knowledge, yat means that knowledge which Krishnavat ekesmin karye saktam ahaitukam. This is what makes it happen. Here that word is not there, that Krishnavat means there is not verb. What does it do? Means that person sees and he behaves in this way. How does he behave? He thinks or he contemplates that individual empowered by such knowledge or overpowered by such knowledge which arises, oozes out of tamasa, the lowest of the kind, which is resulting into degradation of the individual. What will he see? Ekasmin, he will see Krishnavat. In one, he will try to see everything. So Satvika person also he is try to see one into everything, but that is qualified by avibhaktam vibhakteshu, and that is avyayam ikshate. He sees that one indestructible, avyayam, that it is inscrutable, and avibhaktam, that is not divided. Like the Rajasic person sees, he sees divided differently. And here this person is saying everything of the world, material, gross, its interest. And due to his selfishness and greed, he sees within himself only, in his own interests only. All those actions, karye, all his pursuits, karye, in its effect, and not only that, qualified by saktam, that he is this duty is attachment, ahaitukam, without reason. There is no such reason, there is no rational. Atatvarthavat. Tatvarthavat is when Tatvartha is Tattva and its Artha, its application. Tattva is that consciousness. Tattva is the principle. And here this person, considering it as a like Tattvartha, so it is the object of the great philosophy, Tattvartha, Atattvarthavat. This person is totally, radically opposite to whatever is the Tattvartha, Atattvarthavat. Like that, this person, alpam, with Kshudra buddhi, tat tamasam udavrutam. That this kind of knowledge is called as tamasika knowledge, tamasam udavrutam. So, this is the condition of the person who is captivated by the tamasa, and whereas the sattvika person sees that one consciousness, one divine into everything, here this person is seeing all of it, all of the word, Krishnavat, ekasmin, in his own selfish interest, small and narrow perspective. This is the difference between the Sattvika Gyan and Tamasika Gyan. So, I will conclude here today, and in the next class we will take from verse number 23. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.